Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. You joined me about to leave the 2024 Mama Spring Rally, and Lexus was kind enough to loan me the 2024 LC500 Convertible in this beautiful copper crest exterior. This one is a Bespoke Edition, which essentially allows for some custom packaging, color options, stuff like that. And this one sure is a very unique exterior-interior color combination. And I'm excited to take this vehicle on about a 285-mile road trip back to where I'm from. It's gonna be about a 4-hour drive. And actually today, the weather is absolutely beautiful. It's kind of a mostly sunny sky. I would say it's in the mid 80-degree temperatures outside. So when the sun is not behind a cloud, it is pretty warm. But I'm thinking, since I have this car in my possession, looks fantastic with the top down. It's gotten a lot of attention here up at Road America. I think I might make the road trip with the top down, or at least see how far I can make it. I do have some sunscreen inside of the vehicle. So I guess we're gonna see how good the MPG is out on the interstate or kind of the back roads with this vehicle on my trip back home, and just enjoy this experience and see how it is to road trip an LC500 for about 4 hours at a time. Now what's cool about Road America right now is I found this little wooded parking lot section back here where I can kind of film these clips really quick. It's right off of the racetrack and they're actually doing open sessions of lapping. I've never been up here when the track is actually hot. So very, very cool to see all of the cool vehicles that are kind of driving around the pit area and out on the track. Lots of Porsches, GT3s, GT4s, 911s, Corvettes, C8s out here. There's really quite a variety of vehicles, and it has been absolutely fantastic to watch and a great way to wrap up the 2024 Mama Spring Rally. Anyways, I just want to give you just a quick rundown of the car in front of us. Then we're going to set up a few cameras, hit the roadway, apply a little bit of sunscreen, and see if I can't make it home all the way with the top down and just enjoy everything that the LC500 has to offer, because this car is absolutely amazing. You guys already know from my last video I had of the 2023 model year that I absolutely love this car. It's fantastic, it's extremely comfortable, sounds amazing, has the 5-liter V8, so it has enough power underneath the hood. Just a beautiful, stunning car to look at. And yeah, we're just gonna take it on a road trip, see how it is. They did update the infotainment system, as we know, for 2024, as I highlighted in my last 2023 video. New wheel designs that are available that this one does have. And like I said, this is the Bespoke Edition, finished in the beautiful copper crust exterior with the kind of off-white or white and blue navy leather interior. Totally a color combination that I might not personally choose, but it's not bad to look at whatsoever. And here in the sunlight, absolutely looks fantastic. So we're gonna enjoy a few more minutes of lapping, as you can see in the woods there, listen to the sights and sounds of Road America, and then hit the roadway. So you joined me about 15 minutes into the drive so far. We've gone about 12 miles from Road America, and I can tell you I am already thoroughly enjoying this drive. Now, the weather is almost ideal. The car's saying 77 degrees outside. It's like mostly cloudy at this point. There's more clouds, looks like I'm heading into, than sun, which is ideal for top-down weather in my opinion. Because I don't really care to get sunburnt, but I did put on some sunscreen anyway. And this car just attracts attention like almost no other car I've ever been in. I mean, it's probably the color, but also just the fact that you don't see a lot of LC500s out on the roadway. But pretty much everyone at the track was either asking to take a picture or staring at it as I was pulling away. But this car is a cruiser so far. Sound system's absolutely fantastic. It does have the 2.5 driver assistance technology, which is still a really good system in comparison to some other makes and models out there. Has the lane tracing assist, of course, adaptive cruise control, everything like that. Really everything you need for a cruise on multiple hour journey. The windows, as you can see, are up, and it prevents a lot of the wind buffering inside of the actual cabin. So this one doesn't have the accessory wind guard that goes across the back seat like the gray one did that I had last fall, but I would say even as is, it still is very comfortable. You can see there's just a little bit of a breeze coming back through the cabin itself, but I am able to wear a hat, ball cap inside the cab. So yeah, I mean, it's about as comfortable as you can get for a convertible cruise, and I mean, just what an absolute awesome day. We just crossed 20,000 subscribers on the channel, so I really do want to give everybody watching this video and everybody who's subscribed to the channel a huge thank you for making these opportunities possible. Road America, the spring rally, was a great success in terms of networking, meeting new people, meeting new journalists, making, you know, hopefully long-lasting friendships. It's just really it's a really good day, and I'm definitely gonna remember it for quite some time. So far, everything's looking positive, weather's fantastic, and I'm in a fantastic mood. So I'll catch you guys here in maybe another 45 minutes to an hour, and give you guys an update on how everything's going. Okay, so you joined me. I am crossing the 1 hour mark of being on the trek, and I'm not gonna lie, I am starting to feel it. Mainly my ears and kind of the wind just kind of constantly buffeting around them, starting to bother me just a little bit. But as we are filming this, it's actually sprinkling on me, and there's a really dark cloud above me. You don't really feel it inside the car moving at 70 miles an hour, so not worried about it. It's not going to impact me whatsoever. There's sunny skies in front of this. It's actually borderline a little bit cold, believe it or not. Still says 77 degrees ambient temperature, but not as much sunlight really does impact the feel inside of the cabin. But other than this wind kind of buffeting forward against my ears, everything's good so far. Extremely comfortable. Seats are very nice. You know, plenty of space to stretch out when needed. Mainly just the wind, which I think would be solved by that wind accessory thing that the gray car had, that this car unfortunately is missing. But anyways, I lost my audio from the infotainment system. Not exactly sure what happened here. It's showing it's playing on the screen and on my phone, but I have no audio whatsoever through the infotainment system. So just an update on the situation with the audio. I deleted my phone, repaired it, cycled through all of the different sources, AM, FM, XM radio, voice command, and I cannot get the system to give me any audio response whatsoever. So something with the amp probably happened. I guess I'm probably gonna have to take a break anyway at some point and pull over and restart the car. That's probably gonna fix it, but I sure hope the amplifier didn't go bad or didn't like blow out on me. Give you guys an update as far as what's going on with the LC. Well, sun's out more, so it's definitely warmer outside. I'm in Madison traffic because I decided to stop to use the restroom and get out and walk around, and now we are stuck in heavy traffic. But anyways, MPG has been 25.5 MPG so far on the trip, which is absolutely phenomenal at 70 or 75 miles an hour. So definitely not bad MPG. I don't know exactly what the window sticker rating is on this car, but I have to believe it's somewhere near or around the 25 MPG, if not just a touch lower. So MPG's been very good so far. Comfort's been extremely good as well. I got the audio to work again. I simply had to restart the car, which I spoke with somebody else who recently had this car for a press loan, and they said it also happened to them. So if you follow Zach at Shooting Cars, he also had that happen to him a few times, and that is the remedy there. Not exactly sure if it's like a time frame thing. If you're driving for like an hour or longer, it just kind of crashes and has to be restarted, but that fixed the problem with the audio. So good to go there for another while. 2 hours, 40 minutes remaining, 170 miles. So I'm not even quite halfway yet. Okay, so you guys joined me about 38 minutes from my final destination. We have driven 241 miles thus far out of the 280 total, and just want to provide you guys an update. Well, for one, the sun has been out since going through Madison, Wisconsin, and much better experience, even though I wouldn't have wanted the sun to be out during its peak angle. because I think even at 82 degrees, which is the current ambient temperature, it would have been very warm. So glad it didn't come out until after Madison, Wisconsin. Although the mid 70s were very, very comfortable, but it was just a little bit chilly at times with the additional cloud cover. Second thing I want to update you guys on is MPG. Car's reading 26.6 MPG since the fill up, or I reset it at leaving the track. So I think the car is truly getting, greater than 26 MPG at 73, roughly the average speed I've been traveling out on the interstate. So that's absolutely fantastic. And I think when we get back to my final destination, I will go ahead and fill this car up, since I will have it for about 10 days, and I know I'm gonna blow through the second half of the tank without a problem. So might as well get a solid number on actual MPG out of this whole trip, and just bite the bullet and put more fuel in right away. Third thing, head unit infotainment system. It's cut out twice in terms of the audio just absolutely dies. They were actually in quick succession to one another. Again, I don't know what the exact issue is. It's got to be something to do with the amplifier, but first time it happened, of course, I updated you guys. Then it happened within like half hour, 40 minutes of that first time, and hasn't happened since. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we have another 35 minutes to go that it does not cut out, but hasn't happened again. So not exactly sure what the issue is there. Fourth thing is head unit, actual infotainment system itself. I actually don't mind the new touchscreen and how they've implemented it here in the dashboard. I know some reviewers out there have really not liked the new touchscreen in terms of how the design looks aesthetically on the dashboard. And I have to say, I really don't mind it. I think it looks pretty good for what it is. It's kind of, a facelifted interior bolting on their new latest and greatest infotainment system from Toyota and Lexus. I think it looks fine, all things considered. Functionally, it works way, way better than the outgoing touchpad dial system. And I also like the updated, center console area, if you will, with shortcut buttons for the 360 surround view camera system, the heated and cooled seats, and lack of trackpad area really cleans it up here. And they also removed the CD player, which to me is not a big deal at all. But interesting that this car doesn't have a CD player, but the IS500 actually still does. And speaking of the climate controls and the heated and ventilated seats, I think they removed the heated steering wheel and they removed the heated headrest from the 2023 model I had last fall. But outside of that, everything else has been smooth sailing. I love the driver assistance technology. Sure, it's not the best out there. It's not their latest and greatest system, but it works quite well under most conditions, and better than some of the other manufacturers out there for sure, So it's been a great drive, especially after going through Madison, Wisconsin. Beautiful weather. I mean, you could not ask for better weather, like I said towards the beginning of this video. Catch up with you guys, I think, here in about 30 minutes or so once I get near the gas station and my final destination. But this road trip has absolutely been phenomenal, and the LC in and of itself is a fantastic car, especially here in convertible form factor. Yeah, I would absolutely miss this car if it would ever go away. So I hope Lexus keeps it around for as long as possible and people keep buying these, because that's the only way this car is going to exist, past really the 2024, probably 2025 model year at this point. I assume there will be a 2025, but yeah, I absolutely love this car. So you joined me just a few days later after the trip in the LC500 Convertible, and I have to say that day was absolutely fantastic. And the trip itself, even with the top down the entire way and the couple audio issues I had, was an absolute epic experience. Now, the LC500, especially in the convertible form factor, offers something that you will not experience from many other vehicles really in this price point or just in general that are currently offered for sale. From the build quality, the engineering underneath the skin, the packaging, the overall design and aesthetics, the materials, everything with the LC500 is just very special, and I would highly encourage anybody out there, if you are at all considering an LC500, whether a new one or a used one, definitely check it out in person, take it for a test drive, experience what that vehicle has to offer. Like I said, especially in convertible form factor with that 5-liter naturally aspirated V8, it is just, such a unique vehicle. It, evokes emotions that you really don't find from other vehicles that, I would highly recommend checking out one if you are at all interested in this vehicle, especially before they get harder to find, both on the new side of things, obviously when the eventual time comes when they discontinue it, but also on the used market because they really aren't building and producing all that many. So, if people are just hanging on to them as collector's items or just, for a fun second, third, fourth car, etc., there really just aren't that many available for sale. So, highly encourage you guys to check one out if you're at all interested sooner rather than later. Now, when it comes to the Bespoke Edition that I drove and featured here in this video, well, obviously that was a very bold color combination that I probably wouldn't purchase if I were to choose one myself. But the copper crust exterior with that, white and navy blue leather interior was certainly, a looker, and it got a ton of attention when I took it to, some car cruisings, cars and coffee, and just out in parking lots in front of stores and stuff. You got both positive and negative comments. Whether some people like just the outside, not the inside, or vice versa. They only like the interior, didn't like the exterior. Regardless, it got a ton of attention, and I'm sure that's kind of Lexus's goal with putting this one in the press fleet in specific, because I haven't seen another one like it out there on the internet, but who knows, there might be another one that somebody built in a bespoke edition identical to this car. But that is the benefit of, choosing the LC500 at this point, is it's a pretty, versatile and customizable experience if you were to order one on the new side of things. Now, going back to the actual trip itself, in summary, like I said, there really wasn't any issues. The weather was absolutely fantastic. I mean, I really couldn't ask for a better experience, other than the fact that it did get a little bit chilly when the sun was not out, and it still was around 80 degrees, but the sun definitely made it much more tolerable. And the audio issues from the infotainment system and or the amplifier for the premium audio system did go out on me twice in short succession. Not exactly sure what that is. Like I said, Zach from Shooting Cars also had that happen to him at least once or twice. And I obviously experienced it twice on the trip. But, after those two instances, and I drove, well over an hour on the final leg, it really, didn't cut out again. So not exactly sure what the root cause of that was, but that was really the only major thing that I would note that happened with the LC500 over those about 4.5 hours. Now, when it came to the actual calculated fuel economy, the car on the dashboard said it was getting 26.6 mpg as I pulled into the gas station, and doing the manual math based on the gallons as well as the distance traveled, it got right at 26 calculated, which still is above the actual EPA rating for this vehicle, which is absolutely crazy. And considering both the top down, not exactly sure how that affects overall aerodynamics. But the fact that it also, is traveling over 70 miles an hour nearly the entire way outside of sitting in a little bit of traffic here and there. So, I mean, that's just even more reason to buy the vehicle if you're looking for an interstate cruiser. Is that, if you're doing, 55, 60, plus miles per hour at steady speeds, you're going to get some pretty good fuel economy from that 5-liter V8, which is actually somewhat surprising. So, I think that's pretty much going to round up this video. I want to give a huge thanks to Lexus for providing me with the LC500 to drive back from the Mama Spring Rally. Make sure to check out my other coverage of the Mama Spring Rally here on the channel. All the videos should be posted that I'm going to end up actually posting to the channel. This is actually one of the last ones that I'm just finalizing. And it was a great event. Got to meet a ton of people, make new connections, and of course experience the LC500 once again in absolutely perfect weather. So, yeah, I mean, I would say if you want to know a little bit more about the LC500, make sure to check out the 2023 videos I did last fall with my dedicated likes and dislikes. because all those are pretty much still relevant outside of the infotainment system, which obviously they did correct for 2024, that I did showcase in that video very briefly. But the new updated infotainment system makes it so much more usable on a daily basis that, you know, really I would probably stick to a 2024 if I were to look at one. But the 2023 and priors are still going to be a, you know, a good car. It's just the infotainment system with the Lexus trackpad in the center console. And of course, those older cars also have the CD players and, you know, some of the more analog stuff. So if you're looking for that, look for an early build one. But if you're looking for, you know, the latest and greatest technology with wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, certainly have to go for a 2024 or later. But anyways, with all that being said, let me know your thoughts and comments on the LC500 down in the comment section below. If there's anything that you want to know about this vehicle, the trip in specific, etc., I will do my best to answer those comments down there below. If you guys enjoyed this video and or found something helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think of this color combination LC500 down in the comments, or just the vehicle in general. Would you consider purchasing one, you know, whether it's, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 years old, etc.? A new one on the market, do you think it's still a relevant value at, you know, around the $110,000 mark here, as seen with the convertible and a couple other option packages? Or is there another vehicle that you think that you would enjoy more on a daily basis versus this vehicle? I think the key reason so many people like the LC500 is not because it's a raw performance vehicle, because it's really not. It's a cruiser, a grand tour car. You know, has great suspension, great, pretty decent handling, but just great interior build quality. You know, I think reliability will be exceptional. It sounds fantastic. It has to be one of the best naturally aspirated V8s from the factory that I can personally think of, both on the induction engine side of things and the exhaust tuning. It is just phenomenal. And then you throw in the appearance and the looks, and it just, you know, kind of seals the deal in my opinion. But you can find some of these used ones for, you know, $70,000, $80,000 depending on the mileage and the spec from the factory. But I'm going to quit rambling. Let me know your comments on this vehicle down in the comment section below. Once again, a huge thanks to Lexus for loaning this vehicle to me. And as always, hope to see you guys in the next one.